everyone, my name is MVoletta, also known as the Body Scientist. And in case you don't know me, I am a personal trainer, a strength and conditioning specialist certified by the NSCA, and also a sports nutritionist, and an Afro-diasporic dancer. I study a lot of dances, Afro-Caribbean dances, dances from South America, Afro-South American, Central American, and North American dances. And for about 7 years now, I've been teaching a class called Sensual Strength Training. And this class is composed of 3 components. So like I was saying, my background is in fitness, strength and conditioning to be exact, which is the strength and conditioning approach to fitness is different than bodybuilding. Bodybuilders work out for a look. The workout is totally geared towards a certain look, which is different than working out for function, okay? Which is different than working out so that you can walk up the stairs better, so that you can run faster, jump higher, so that you can have your strength is balanced in both legs and both sides of your body. So it's more geared towards performance and function, okay? Some of you may have heard the term functional training in the fitness industry. And so I created this class 7 years ago, Sensual Strength Training for women, because I noticed, I've been a trainer for 14 years now, and I've noticed that all my female clients, like almost 100% of them, would tell me that they had 5-pound dumbbells, and that was it. And a lot of women believe the misconception that if they lift weights, they're going to get big and bulky, and which is not true. If you want to lose fat, okay, not weight, exercise physiologists, we don't like to say lose weight because you could lose muscle, and you don't want to lose muscle, okay, because muscle is the metabolic tissue of your body. So if you don't want your metabolism to speed up, if you want to burn more fat even at rest, you have to increase your lean body mass. You have to increase your muscle, okay? And there's certain things, like if you go on a starvation diet where you're not eating enough food, okay? So any diet where you're not eating enough calories, you're not eating enough protein, your muscles will eat itself. Your body will eat your muscles, okay? And you start losing muscle. As you start losing muscle, your metabolism slows down, your body thinks you're starving, and you either store more fat. For people who have a propensity to gain fat, they'll store more fat. For people who are naturally skinny, like if I went on a starvation diet, I would lose muscle and they would just get thinner, which is not cool. I'm not ever trying to get thinner. And after the age of 30, we lose about 2% of our muscle every year. And muscle is also a shock absorber. It helps to absorb the shock from our joints. So it helps to take the stress off of our joints. And muscle moves bone, okay? So the 3 main functions of muscle is the metabolic tissue of the body. It moves bones, it moves our bones. So all of our movements, me lifting my arm up like this, it's my shoulder muscle. All of our movements happen because muscles contract, and also muscles absorb shock. So this is the reason why before you start jumping around, doing plyometrics, doing stuff like P90X, jumping off of stuff, you need to be able to squat 1 to 1.5 times your body weight first to be sure that your muscles are strong enough to take all of the stress that's going to come down on your joints when you land. And so if you're naturally thin and you want to gain weight, people who are naturally skinny and want to gain weight, they can eat all day and they never gain weight. Somebody who has a naturally skinny build, in order to gain weight, you need to increase your muscle, okay, and eat more. But eating more without increasing your muscle, without the strength training, is not going to work. And many of you probably have already seen that. Okay, so strength training is incredibly important. It's what keeps our body together. It's what gives us shape, okay? The second component of my class has to do with using dances of the African diaspora to help women to connect to our bodies, connect to their bodies more, connect to your center, because a lot of people hear the term core training or core strength, and they think it's just crunches and stuff, you know, but the core muscles are all the muscles that act on the hip. So all the muscles that cross the hip are core muscles. That's the abs, that's the lower back, that's the glutes, that's the hamstrings, the quads, your urogenital and pelvic diaphragms, and the muscles that support your sexual organs are all core muscles, okay? And it's one thing to have a strong core, there's another thing to be able to connect to and manipulate and control your core. You want to have flexibility in your core. And I believe that dance is one of the best, or the best way, to get people to connect to their bodies and get control over their bodies. As a trainer, a lot of what I do is teaching people to pay attention to what they're doing. A lot of people, their mind is just like their body is here, and their mind is out here somewhere. So the mind-body connection is very important. This is the reason why I also am not a fan of cardio machines, because people get on them and they're not thinking about what they're doing. Their mind is like out here somewhere. They're not thinking about what they're doing. Your muscles don't fire the same, okay? In order for exercise to translate into real life activity, it has to be biomechanically similar to the things that you may do in real life, okay? And getting on the treadmill is not biomechanically similar to anything but being on the treadmill. And I talk about this kind of stuff more in depth in my online class, my Brick House Fitness and Nutrition class on PowHow, where I get more into depth about metabolism and metabolics and stuff of muscles and metabolism. I won't get too much into that now, but I'm trying to say that dancing is a great tool to get women and people, but in this case I'm speaking about women, to connect and control our center, which is then good during childbirth. It's also good to raise that Kundalini energy. To raise that Kundalini energy, there's Kundalini yoga, you're mostly using your mind to raise that energy, and the mind must be involved and is important, but if you also are moving your hips and manipulating your hips, that can help arouse that cosmic serpent up your spine as well. And the third component of my sensual strength training class is working with these cosmic yoni eggs, okay? I have been working with yoni eggs now for 9 years. Started in 2005, so it'll be 10 years in 2015, which is just around the corner, my 10-year egg anniversary. I started teaching my sensual strength training class 7 years ago. And I started selling eggs in 2010, where I really started getting more involved in the egg business and selling eggs to women. And I've learned so much over the past 7 years from teaching women. So much that has not been written in any books. And many of you have heard me talk about getting my book done, and I'm very close to it. It's just like I'm always learning, and there's just so much to say about them. But these cosmic yoni eggs, I do believe that every woman should have a connection with them. In ancient times, it was something that not everybody knew about. Only certain women knew. And I believe that all women should know. It's something that I feel like I can't keep to myself. That no matter what a woman is dealing with, this can help and make you better. Some women will say, oh, I'm already tight, I'm already fine. But I just want to say that even Olympic athletes, even gold medalists, still have coaches. They still go to practice, okay? They never get so good that they don't have to go to practice anymore. They still have coaches, they still go to practice. So to me, it's a bit naive to think that, oh, I don't have to do anything. These wonderful little cosmic eggs, not only do they help strengthen our vaginal muscles and help them be more elastic, not just tight and constricted, but elastic, okay? But they also help us get more control over our muscles. We can learn to manipulate the eggs left and right and up and down and front and back and all around. And these are things that I teach in my classes, my online class, my Sacred Yoni Power class, which is online, and then my in-person class, my Sensual Strength Training class. I teach these exercises, and the egg also helps us be more lubricated. So if you're going through menopause and you have dryness issues, or you have dryness issues for other reasons, it can help. If you don't have dryness issues, you'll still become wetter, which is good. It's good for many reasons that I speak about in other videos. But it's good for our vaginal health and our partners, of course. And the other thing is that we become more sensitive with these eggs. You definitely will become more sensitive. You'll feel more in your vaginal canal. You'll become a lot more in tuned. Your consciousness, your mind consciousness connected to your yoni and your womb increases. So I think that the dancing really helps a lot with increasing your whole entire body awareness, especially taking it to your center, and then the egg as well, okay? So I just wanted to make a brief video to explain what my Sensual Strength Training class is about, because I've been teaching it for 7 years and a lot of women don't know what to expect, and they're a little confused. They think it's only about the egg, and it's about all three of those things. Like, you want to strengthen your whole entire body. You don't want to just focus on strengthening your yoni muscles, and you don't want to just focus on strengthening the outside of your body. You want to strengthen all of it, inside and outside, and get more control. So the dancing helps you get more control. The egg work helps you get more control. So my class is about connecting to your body, really making a connection, especially with your deep center. strengthening it and learning how to get control over your body. Okay, this helps with childbirth, recovering from childbirth, helps with confidence, helps with a lot of things. And I've been teaching for 7 years, I've taught many places. I am, up until this point, I've mostly organized my own classes. I am still available to teach, but at this point, I'm only teaching if somebody reaches out to me and already has a group of women that are interested and ready to learn. So if you do, please don't hesitate to contact me. My email address is below, MVoletta@thebodyscientist.com. And I am teaching a class in April in Costa Rica on the Caribbean coast. It's an intensive, and it's going to be with a wonderful woman named Pakistani. You can find her on Facebook at Indigimama. It's her fan page, INDGIEMAMA, Indigimama. I'll also put that below. And she teaches Mesoamerican deep abdominal massage, and I've been studying with her this year. She's amazing. So it's really learning how to deeply palpate your internal organs and feel where they are, see if they're in the right place, and learning how to move them into the right place. A lot of women have been told that the ovaries or the uterus is tilted and in the wrong place, and doctors will tell them and act like it's not that big of a deal. But in Mesoamerican medicine, it is a big deal. If your womb is not centered, can throw a lot of other things off with your health and your spirit. So it is a big deal, and it can be corrected. What Pakistani does is and what I do is kind of like comparing, if you have back problems, I can give you exercises to strengthen your back. And whenever you have problems with any bones or joints, you do want to strengthen the muscles around the joint and around the bone because, again, muscles are shock absorbers, so it helps take shock off of the bones, off of those joints. But if your spine is out of place, if your spine is twisted out of place, then you must go to a chiropractor so they can manipulate it and put it back into place. I don't do that. But if the chiropractor puts your spine back into place and your muscles are still weak, then it's very likely to go back out of place again. So it's the combination of the two. And so what she and I do with working with yoni eggs and also vaginal weightlifting, which I teach in my more advanced classes, the vaginal weightlifting really helps to activate your internal organs. They all apply negative pressure to hold on to the weight. So then that starts to strengthen the tendons and ligaments that are holding on to your internal organs, which can help prevent prolapse. However, if your organs are in the wrong place, strengthening the tendons is good, but it's still in the wrong place. So the combination of putting it back in the right place and strengthening everything. Okay, she's a wonderful teacher, really good at teaching you how to examine yourself. And she also does a lot with rebozos and fermented foods, and she and I are coming together. And she's also an herbalist. So we're coming together to do an intensive in Costa Rica that's going to involve herbs, yoni steaming, Mesoamerican massage, dancing, yoni eggs, strength training, fermented foods. It's very detailed. You can find more about it on my Facebook page. I will soon be posting the info on my blog, which will go live in the early new year. And all that information will be there, but it is in April. So yes, so I guess I will leave this here for now. If you have any comments or questions, feel free to leave them on my Facebook page. My YouTube page. You can find me on Facebook at MVoletta-The Body Scientist, and my blog is thebodyscientist.com. So I will leave it here for now. So hopefully you will check out my Sensual strength training class, and maybe I'll see you soon.